Georgia is a mess. They're now saying that it could be tilting toward Biden again. So late votes coming in there. There's a lot of controversy over at Fox with some of the commentators. They're like Katie Pavlich, very angry at Fox for having called Arizona early, although the vote would have to come in very late and very heavy for Trump to still win Arizona. Minnesota has been called for Biden, which was kind of Trump's, that was his wish state. That was going to be the one where if he won Minnesota in replacement for Arizona, for example, that would help him. That leaves Nevada as the only flippable state for Trump at this point. Iowa, the polls were dead right. So it looks, the one thing that I think we can bank on is that it looks very much like the Republicans hold the Senate. They actually pick up some seats in the House. And, we will see where Trump is tomorrow or the day after is what that looks like. Right. So the good news is that the downside risk for Republicans just went down pretty significantly. Because President Biden with a Republican Senate and a less heavy House majority is a very different Joe Biden administration than Joe Biden with a Democratic Senate and a Democratic House and no checks. And that, it just means, for example, the filibuster ain't gone. The filibuster sticks around. So
filibuster ain't gone. No court packing. No new states. I mean, that's
a massive thing. And also, the next election cycle, 2022, very much favors Republicans. There are a lot of vulnerable Democrats in purple states in those elections. So that would,
also incredibly rare in a president's first midterm that he picks up seats.
Right, exactly.
Right.
So Senate. So that's the good news. That's the good news. That is the good news from tonight. The good news from tonight is that Republicans look like they're going to walk away with the Senate. By the way, I didn't make any predictions on the air. Drew, I told you this was going to happen earlier today. Did I not?
You did. You did.
I said that was going to happen. I said that people asked for predictions. Again, I have hesitated to make public predictions about the presidential race. I told you. I did say that. I did say that my gut was. I will say. It's hard to say this. I didn't say it publicly, but I did say that my gut was that that Biden was ahead narrowly on points, and that the Republicans would retain the Senate.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I did that. That was sort of my off-the-air prediction. So we'll see if that holds up. Obviously, I hope that I'm wrong about Trump. Losing Arizona is a major blow to his hopes because it means that he now has to win. He has to sweep Nebraska. That means Omaha, right? Well, Omaha is pretty blue.
Yeah.
Or it means that he has to pick up Wisconsin or Michigan, plus Pennsylvania. So he has to do really well there. So that's sort of where things stand. And we're not going to know anything the rest of the night. I mean, basically, we could call this thing if we wanted to, but we're not going to. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going for the next 4 days. I am just joking. We're not going anywhere, guys. Ever. For the rest of time.
So may I make a cultural comment here for a moment?
Absolutely not. We got to talk about Nebraska.
Sorry. No, I have to say, the thing that's been just sticking in my head all night long is the level, obviously not among us because we're idiots, but the level of conversation of the people that we've had on. Ron DeSantis, Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly off cable news, sitting here talking to us just like as a person.
Yeah.
What an intelligent,
she's so smart,
graceful woman.
Yeah.
Nuanced. Her comments were intelligent, insightful. But just like the kind of person where you sit there and go like, oh, I met this really bright woman who really understands and has a lot of experience in understanding things. Then you have Chink. I think it's a fair comparison because Chink is not that much different than CNN. He's not that much different than ABC. This is a different level. Obviously, the conversation we were just having is on a different level, but just the fact that we're willing to have these conversations makes us the go-to place. Not just the Daily Wire, but the Daily Wire, but also any place that's willing to have these conversations.
Yeah.
I mean, again, this is a much better. Let's put it this way: it's much better tonight in terms of the actual polling numbers. It's much better than anybody thought that it was going to be just a few hours ago, right? I mean, if you had said at the beginning of the night that Trump was going to pick up North Carolina, Florida, Georgia, and that Republicans were going to retain the Senate, then that would have been considered a pretty good night going in, considering the broadest. By the way, Fox News just retracted their call for Biden in Arizona.
Yeah, what a mess. I knew it when they called it. I knew that was true.
Honestly, these outlets have to stop. They have to stop calling these things so damned early. And they call them while the votes are still... And they were doing it, by the way. Fox announced they were doing this based on exit polling plus early data. You can't do it based on the exit polling. We've done this 1,000 times. You just cannot do this.